Another week's going by. We're back here at the Shifty Shop. Megan's car, Finley's, coming along quite well. We've done a few test runs and he's been performing alright, though the bearings in both differentials are in horribly used condition. They haven't fell out yet. No drive lines have fallen on the ground. We're still looking to tune the motor a bit, get him lighted up and looking alright. So now I'm turning my efforts towards Mortis, getting ready for it. We're down to 19 days, I think, to get to the fall bog here at Moyie. And I'm going to be repositioning my orbit valve here because in the past I've had issues where the frame actually flexes enough that this little socket here would come unplugged and then I lose all steering until I get out and wiggle it around and get it back in the hole. So I'm going to take this here, torch it off, move it indoors. I'm going to remove my steering column completely and put this inside, mount it to where the column initially was, and replace the steering wheel back on this end of it, routing the hoses either through the full board or up through the hole in the firewall here. And that'll also free up this area so I can put my winch back in. A little bit of self-recovery would be nice for this car because I really haven't got any friends with big enough ones to pull me out. It'll pretty much be me. And I gotta find a tree big enough to hook to. That's another issue. To be solved later. So now, Leah has removed most of the bolts in the bottom of the column here, unscrewed around the base of the steering column down there on that rubber boot. We've got the wiring unhooked, and it's to pull this out so that we can apply that steering box out there to right here. It's an orbit valve. We're going to make a couple of brackets and attach it same position with just a short stub of this collar and the steering wheel on it. We're right there with the hoses routed up through the bottom. So hopefully everything will come free and come out without too much cussing and beating. Then again, get out of there. Get my hammer. The big one.
Yeah, I think you're gonna have to bend that tab.
Definitely in the way. Oh, is that much work to do? Looks like a pop metal casting in a bulky on piece. Might actually have to fire a big air. Or get a real ratchet on it. Might be due to the mud. I can see some of that stuck. Now that I broke it loose going that way. You want to tighten you up a little bit first, just to crush some slack into the threads. So now I need to remove said steering wheel from the column and position that valve in that big ass gaping hole I've got left there. Get all the hoses hooked up and hopefully it'll stay hooked while I'm rock crawling at Moyie this year. coming at you. This here is our orbit valve now. I've welded some ears on it that approximate the mounting positions for the steering column's original location, and I'm going to have to take it over there and test fit it before I do any more than just the tacks I've got on it. Hopefully this will fit into place, my steering wheel will plug right in, and I can run my hoses up underneath straight out the original steering column hole. A couple of them might have to come under the seat though due to length. We'll see. Getting there.
You tell me which way you need to turn, if any.
I think.
Okie dokie, so we've got our steering box moved in Mortis up to the cab. We pulled the steering column out, moved the orbit valve inside. Leah's got all the hoses routed to it, and now it's to cut down the shaft that comes out of the orbit valve small enough we can slip the steering column down over it and attach it right there in the cab directly, and I won't have any more trouble with the frame flexing and actually unplugging it and plugging it back in. Now I've chucked it up in the lathe, and it is to get the wife over here to practice her turning skills.
The boring job.
Alright. It's roughly about that big around. Just gotta turn it down. I think that'll work for us.
I do kind of like that. It kind of gives you
Yes.
a little booster.
Works for me. No welded in there. Then we'll come keep the fucking out the hole.
I think we'll have steering. Maybe.
Anyway, y'all. Well, that's the end of this episode. Don't forget to tune in next Monday for another edition of the Shifty Shop and the shit we've been cobbling.
Oh, we got the butter.
The ad said witty banter and can read a cue card. You can't read a goddamn thing.
That says I can read.
Possibly not going around like the rest of the good ecstasy. Oh, it just feels real. We also are auctioning off a blonde, blue-eyed child, approximately 10, somewhat housebroken. First gypsy with $10 gets him. Monday. Y'all ain't got shit going on at work and you're bored sitting in the crapper. We'll try to keep the show short enough that you can just tell them you got irritable bowel syndrome.